All right, Wolfpack. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started with this week's training. I'm so glad to be back with you guys, and it was nice to see that even though I wasn't around, and I really tried to stay off of Facebook unless I was posting something like pictures or me drinking, that kind of thing. I really tried to stay off, and you guys did such a good job helping each other out that I just wanted to say thank you for that, because it really did mean a lot to me for you guys to answer each other's questions and kind of help each other out, and to really see that you guys were still working those businesses while I was gone. As of right now, I checked sales 5 minutes before I got on, and we are $100 away from 17,000 in sales. So we're having another fabulous month, which is just, again, it's so exciting. I can't even explain how excited I am about that. A couple of reminders for you guys. See the shirt, right? What does it say? National Conference. I dropped my phone. National Conference. Last day to register is on the 30th. So if you are on the fence and you are thinking about going, pull the trigger. I promise you it'll be worth it. I'm really excited because I just got done a little while ago getting the last little gifts for everybody that's going to conference. So I have everything ordered and in place. I'm just excited. So trust me, you will want to be there. From what I heard when I was in the Bahamas last week, there's supposed to be some pretty big announcements coming up at conference. So, of course, when you go to conference, you're the first person to learn that. For those of you guys that can't make it, I totally understand. I'll miss you. But do yourselves a favor and do the live feeds that they're going to be doing from conference. I think it's $39 or $59. I can't remember.
I think it's $39, but I need to know, is that per each?
That's for the whole thing.
Okay.
That's for the whole thing, yeah. And you have to register for that by the 30th. There's a cutoff for the live feed also on the 30th. Yep, okay. So that's for actually registering to go to conference and for the virtual.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
So I'll put my invitation out there to the local peeps. I don't know. It's 2 different nights or three different general sessions. I don't remember.
They'll be doing both general sessions, so it'll be Wednesday and Thursday, I think. Hold on, let me think.
No.
They'll have. Oh, we'll find out the details and post what the details are. But I would make plans if you're talking about maybe doing a viewing party. Is that what you're thinking, Beck?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that they're going to be broadcasting the award ceremony, which that's Friday evening, I believe. And they're going to be doing 2 general sessions. So I will get all the particulars and post that for you on the team page. I'll have to look all that up. But whoever's going to be doing the viewing, whether it's just Becky and everybody's going to go to Becky's house, which I think that's an awesome idea.
We'll just figure save everybody a little bit of money, if you want to pitch in a couple bucks and bring something along for munching, perfectly right. Okay with me. And the other thing that they're doing is you don't have to be live to watch them. From what I just heard earlier, one of the directors was asking questions about that, whether you actually had to be live or whether they were going to be recording them. And from what they were told, they're actually going to be recording them and you'll be able to go back in and watch it. So let's say you're working during the time that they're broadcasting, you'll be able to go back in at a later time. So even if you guys wanted to set one night up where you watched it all at one time, you could do it that way. But I'll find out all the details for you as far as the times go. Okay. Also, another question about that. Are they going, are the general sessions where they reveal the new products?
Yes.
So we will get to see that.
As far as I know, yes. Okay. Yep. As far as I've been told, yes. So, that'll be pretty exciting. It'll be worth it in itself just to kind of have the heads up on what all the items coming out are going to be. So, but if anybody is still fence sitting, pull the trigger. Now's the time. And if you're not close to Becky, or your schedule's not going to work out, that you think that you can go to Becky's Thanksgiving party, and definitely invest. I think it's $39. For some reason, that's what I keep thinking in my head.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Then invest that. Remember, it's a tax write-off. You'll be able to see everything that's going on at conference. You'll be able to see me walk that stage Friday night. I gotta get a cute dress. Yep, I think it's worth it. But it's definitely worth it to go too. I mean, Becky, you can attest to how awesome it is. I know this year it's not in your cards, medically speaking, but had it been in your cards, Becky, would you be there?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an indescribable. I mean, just to see Doris. I mean, even if you're sitting in the second balcony like we were, you can still see her.
Absolutely.
And you can hear her talk, and she's such an inspiration. And of course, last year we had Warren Buffett.
I know.
Oh my
Unreal.
God. I thought I was going to flip my lid.
It was definitely an unreal experience last year. I've been to, a couple now. But conference for me last year was just amazing. Number one, I had team members there, so that made it even more fun. And number two, it was mind blowing, to have Warren Buffett up on our stage and just hearing him speak about our company. So again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask, because you do not want to miss out on registering. Like I said, it ends on the 30th. Whether that's going to conference. My flights, I booked flights from BWI into Midway, round trip for $196. That is crazy sauce. So, hotel room, you end up only having to pay one night. So it's like $180 for the hotel, and you're going to be there from Wednesday, and we'll be coming back Sunday. And then of course you'll have to have money for food. And then we'll have to take either the train, which is like $4, or we'll have to take a cab from the airport to the conference. So if you want more details on conference, just let me know, because again, it's something I would never miss. And yeah, it's really exciting. So, hello, Miss Michelle.
Hi.
Hey everybody, this is Michelle. She's my newest consultant that just signed up the other day. So if you guys can give her a welcome real quick.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello. Hello. I'm actually in the middle of getting a pedicure, so I figured I'll log in while I'm just sitting
Work
here.
it, girl, work it.
Getting pampered while learning how to pamper. I love it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. A little bit about Michelle. She is the mom of two little ones, and literally one of them's a little one. How old is she now?
3 months.
3 months, yeah. Michelle has been a host of mine for a couple years, and she's kind of tossed around the idea for a while now of signing up, and she's a school teacher, so this is like the perfect time for her to sign up.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have her on my team finally after all this time. And I'm wearing hat, girls, because my hair is a hot mess, so we aren't going to show ourselves. I definitely need a like full body, like head to toe moisturizer from my sunburns and all that. So
Okay, enough about paradise. Let's train.
I have to train you now? Darn. Okay. So I want you guys, if you have your pens handy, if you don't, no big deal. 3 words that we're going to focus on tonight, okay? And those 3 words are feel, felt, and found, okay? So feel, felt, and found. And you'll understand here in a minute when I get into it. So a lot of times in this business, we are, of course, in the business to do shows, which means that we have to get bookings. And we all know that you're going to hear that infamous magic word, no, several times, which no is a good thing. So a lot of times you have to overcome people's objections to them not wanting to host a show. It's just going to have to be something you kind of get accustomed to over time. So the way that you get through those objections is what's really important, because, if somebody says, okay, let's go through some of the common objections. What are reasons that you guys have heard for people saying no to a party?
It's the pamper chef.
Don't have the room.
Don't have the room.
Not enough time.
Not enough time.
No money.
Money, yeah.
No money.
What I hear a lot. That's
Yep.
usually my excuse a lot.
Until I would do those cheap recipes and we'd be good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's all of those are objections, okay? But a lot of times if you really take what they're telling you, which is, oh my gosh, I would love to have a party, but I can't do it for this reason. And you kind of figure out a way to overcome that. A lot of times you can turn that no into a yes, okay? But there's a process of doing that that you have to learn that gets you comfortable with actually trying to overcome an objection from somebody. And these objections can be whether it's booking shows or somebody joining your team, okay? So that's where the feel, felt, and found come in. So I'm just going to go through the list of objections. Oh, if my technology works, you know how that goes. Okay, so here would be one objection. I don't need any products or I don't do parties. Okay, you hear that a lot. So I don't, or have too much Pampered Chef. You know, a lot of people say that one too. I have too much Pampered Chef. So a lot of times when you have people say that they have too much Pampered Chef, the first thing you think of is, oh, okay, well, maybe when a new catalog comes out, then I'll come back to them. But there's so many other ways that we can help that person that has too much Pampered Chef. They may be the perfect candidate for doing fundraising. They may be the perfect candidate for doing a freezer meal workshop. They may be the perfect candidate for doing something like salad in a jar, where you're teaching them a healthy life, a healthy habit. They may be the perfect candidate for wine, cheese, and chocolate just because they need a night out with the girls, okay? So I would tell you that freezer meal workshops, I ran into that with a couple of my groups. Michelle has a friend, Melanie, which she owns a ton of Pampered Chef. So her group used to do a lot of freezer meal workshops because Mel had a lot of products, but she found it beneficial for her and her friends to do freezer meal workshops, especially with being school teachers, because they would get home in the evening and they're exhausted. The last thing you want to think about when you're teachers is what I got to come home and cook. There's no time for that after you pick up the kids from daycare or wherever they're at. And then by the time you get home, who wants to cook? So when somebody tells you no to something, the first thing that you need to flip that mindset to is, okay, well, if her objection is she has too many products, or her objection is she doesn't do parties, what is the reason behind that? Okay, there's got to be a reason or something stopping her from doing that. Most of the time what I found with the people that say I don't do parties is because they think they take a lot of work, okay? A party sounds like work. A party sounds like I need to clean my house, I need to do my dishes, I need to vacuum my carpets, all these things. That's what it sounds like when people think of having a party in their home. So for that person that, doesn't want to, is not a partier, what would be something that you could kind of turn that conversation to for them, since they are not the kind of person that wants to have people really over into their home? How could we still offer our business to them?
The catalog parties in our home.
Having in your home, catalog parties, like Michelle said. What else? How about doing it at their church or, some kind of banquet hall? How about co-hosting a party with one of their friends? Maybe one of their friends, and then they can split the rewards. Maybe one of their friends would, like to help them host a party if they have a bigger space. A virtual party on Facebook. A lot of times people are already on Facebook. You might as well earn free stuff or make a living off of Facebook if you're already there. So this is where feel, felt, and found come in. So typically, and you just kind of get yourself into this habit of saying this when you're kind of wording your objections. So if somebody said that I don't need any products or I don't do parties, this is what you would want to say. I know how you feel, okay, because you're actually acknowledging how they feel, because they feel that for a reason. So I know how you feel. I have found posts who own almost every product in the catalog. But what I have found is that many of them have favorite charity that they like to help. Would you like to host a fundraiser for your charity or favorite charity? Or I know how you feel. I have hosts who have almost every product in the catalog. But what I have found is that many times they like to have a show to get some free products to have on hand for gifts, if that's something that appeals to you. For the other one, I know how you feel. I have several friends that don't host parties, but what I found is that they love to attend them. Would you be interested in attending my grand opening show? So if you're a no to a show, okay, at some point, like me, I try to do an open house like once a year. And simply, number one, because I have way too much stuff out in my garage that I need to get rid of. So I just kind of mark it down and get rid of it. But it's also a chance to kind of bring them to you and kind of touch base with them and reconnect with them. So then you always want to say, you know, whether or no, well, when I have my open house this year, you know, can I add your name to my invitation list? And what I do is I just keep a running list of everybody as I ask them that, of the people when it comes time for me to send invitations out for my open house. Those are the people I'm going to mail invitations to. Okay. So another common objection is, I don't know anyone. Have you guys ever heard that before? I don't have friends. I don't know anybody. We act like we're like alone in the world sometimes. I swear we do. So I don't know anyone is kind of more, they're pretty much not a social person. So it's going to be harder for them to host a party, which means that most of the time you're going to have to do a lot of hand holding as far as coaching them to a successful party. But what I find is that those ones that typically think they don't have friends, when they have a successful party, you end up really having a great relationship with them because you show them that they really do have people that care about them. So it becomes more of a friendship connection, not only for her and her friends, but for you and her also. So the other thing is that, you know, we have to teach people how to have a good party. I think as consultants, one of the biggest mistakes that we make is assuming that people know how to have a good party, or assuming that somebody doesn't want to join your team, or assuming that just, you know, in general, that people know, like working with a consultant from another company, I have made this mistake 1,000 times and I won't make it ever again. When I've hosted when like a consultant from, let's say, 31 hosted a party for me, I assumed that they know how to have a good party. But what I found was that they were the worst person ever to host a show because I assumed they knew what they needed to do, but they didn't do it. So shame on me for doing that. Mistake learned. You know, lesson learned. You only have to learn that a couple times until you're finally like, yeah, maybe we should try something different. So kind of how you would respond to the I don't know anyone is, I know how you feel. I felt the same way when I had a show. What I have found is that when I've looked at my Christmas card list or a wedding list or other events that people were invited to, I thought of several people to invite. If I could help you brainstorm people to invite, would you like to schedule a party? So basically, like I said, it's a little bit more hand-holding, but you're actually going to work on helping them get together their guest list, which is not a bad thing anyway, because then you kind of learn, you know, when you're going through, like, you know, their friend or their family or the people at their church, you kind of get those names in your head. So when it comes party time, it's kind of like, oh, okay, so she goes to her church, you know, when you're meeting these people, she's one of her friends, this is her family member. It just kind of makes things kind of click in your head a little bit. So one of my favorites, my friends don't have any money. Yeah, we're all broke. That's why they need Pampered Chef. See, they need Pampered Chef. So a lot of times, either it's the host doesn't have money or the person you're asking to book a show, they don't have money, or their friends don't have money. So what I would tell you for the person you're asking doesn't have money is, I always ask them, how much do you think it's going to cost you to host a party? Because a lot of companies out there in direct sales, they make their hosts buy those half price items or the special for the month or Their shipping charges are astronomical, or their tax percentages are astronomical, or they pay tax on the free stuff that they earn, all these crazy things. So I try to really inform people that when they have a party, if you can't afford to, use your half price items, no worries. You can really just walk away with all your free stuff and that's it. Okay. So yeah, maybe a little bit like $20 or $25 out of their pocket to buy the ingredients for a party. And I've even went as far as, a lot of times now what I do is if they have 12 confirmed guests, I bring the dessert. Like I bring the ingredients for dessert now. So that they're only having to put out a little bit of money for, whatever the main recipe is that I'm doing. And then I'll bring, trust me, it's cheap. You guys know how cheap I am. I'll bring the ingredients for a dessert recipe. So really right there, you're kind of squashing that it takes a lot of money to host a show, because it really doesn't. When I have hosts this month, especially with the double rewards month, that are getting $400 in free product, that $20 that they're putting out for groceries is kind of worth it, when they can walk away with $400 in free and not have to drop any more money on the half prices and all those other things. I know we all want the half price items, but sometimes when we can't afford it, we have to give permission to people and let them know it's okay that you don't buy those. It's okay if you can't afford something to not strap yourself and your family further into debt. That's okay. So when the friends are involved, so a normal booking objection, the way you would combat that one is, I understand how you feel. I am always reluctant to invite someone to a party who is struggling financially. But what I have found is that they are the ones that really need a night out. There's absolutely no obligation for them to buy. However, if they want to buy something, we have over 80 products that are under $10. Why don't we have a fun get together and give your friends a fun evening out? And that is true. When you're financially in a lot of debt, trust me, I've been there and I've done that. In the last 5 years, I really learned that you have to really scale back on all of those luxury things that you really don't need. So sometimes just going out for a couple hours with friends is worth it in itself. It doesn't cost anything to go over someone's house. But a lot of times people will still feel that guilt, and they'll want to buy something because they want to help the host. What I love about Pampered Chef, though, is that 76% of the catalog is under $30. A lot of people don't realize that. And again, that's something that we have to teach our customer base, is that, we are known for our cookware. We are known for our stoneware. We are known for all of those high price point items. But people really don't understand that 76% of the catalog is under $30. So if you can, buy a couple of those gadgets, and then if you fall madly in love with, one of those higher ticket items, then that's why you need to book a show. You need to get it for free or for half price, or whatever you can afford in your budget. Okay, so my house is too small. This is one of my favorites, especially this time of the year. I hear this objection a lot. I've done a lot of shows. Let's see, the average amount of shows I've done every year consistently for the last 5 years is about 125 shows a year, right around there. And what I've heard a lot is my house is too small. So in the summertime is the perfect time for all those people. If they tell you in the wintertime, my house is too small, the only other way you're going to get around that objection is by, again, co-hosting with another friend that's got a larger space, or doing, something at like a community center or at like a church or somewhere like that where you can have a larger venue. If there's still a no at that point, those are the people that I say, hey, can I contact you back in the spring when it warms up a little bit, and then we can do a party outside. I absolutely love, you guys know me, I love to be outside at the grill. I may be hot, but I still love to be out at that grill. But it's a great time of the year because if people do have a smaller house, there's no worry about space if you're outside. So to get over that objection is easy in the spring and summer. The only other thing is, you might have more guests that show up like the bugs, but, that's just for the course, I guess. Hello, Miss Laura. Oh, I don't think she hears me. I don't know. So this would be the way we would get over those objections. I understand how you feel. I have hosts who have felt the same way, but what they have found is that we don't need much room at all. We just need a table to work around. Most of my successful parties are done in small apartments or small homes. We have a small table or an island that we can work around. And girls, I tell you this, I have done parties, I kid you not, in single wide trailers with 15 people in them. Yeah. Maybe in a corner this big, that I can barely turn around in a circle, but we made it work. So just kind of reassuring them that you'll make whatever work, it goes a long way. The other way you could get around it would be, I understand how you feel. I have hosts who have felt the same way, but what they found was that they usually could find a friend that would allow them to do the show at their house. You have a friend that would like to co-host the show with you. So again, you kind of are rewarding that friend for helping out, because then they'll split the host rewards. So everybody's getting, something. It's not like somebody's getting left out with that. So this is one of my other favorites. I don't have any time, or I'm too busy. Okay. I don't have any time. So I ask you guys, have you guys ever said that, or have you ever heard that? I don't have time right now. Yep. And my question is always this with people, especially when it comes to hosting a party. Well, how long do you think it's going to take? Because for some reason, people feel like I'm going to be at their house for like 24 hours partying, and that's just not going to happen. So how long does it feel that it's going to take? My average show may last 2 at max 3 hours, depending how many people are there, how many people I need to check out with, and how much fun we're all having, because I get a little chatty sometimes. But on average, people think that you're going to be at their house 4 or 5 hours. That's what I've heard from people. I don't know. The last consultant was here 4 or 5 hours. And I know we've had this talk before about, you're not there to stay all night. You're there to do your business, do your opening, do everything you need to do. But you also need to understand that they want their house back. Nobody wants to be staying there to do my dishes. I know some people do dishes at their host house, and that's fine. I'm one, I take all of my dishes home with me, just because when my host is ready to have their house back, I feel like it's a respect thing, that I don't want to be hanging around and doing the dishes when she's ready to, put her kids to sleep and those kinds of things. So, but what I ask is, I always ask that person, so how long do you think it's going to take? Okay. So the way you can kind of get around the I don't have time or I'm too busy is, I know how you feel. I am constantly wondering how I can fit another thing in my schedule. So what I have found is that having a Pampered Chef party is perfect for a busy person. All you have to do is invite 4 to 8 friends, 4 to 8, not 48. Pick a few ingredients and you'll be able to taste a new recipe and visit with your friends. What do you think about a girls' night out party? Or another one would be, I know how you feel. I've had other hosts that felt the same way, but what I found was they love the idea of getting all their friends together at once that they haven't seen for a long time for a fun girls' night. Do you think your friends would like to visit with you? So when you kind of equate their busy time to, okay, have you been missing your friends? Has it been forever since you've seen your friends? This is the perfect way to get them all together for a short period of time and have a party. Most of the time you can kind of come around that objection too. Okay, here's my ultimate favorite. Oh my gosh, I've had so many parties, but nobody ever comes. You guys ever heard that one? Yeah, that's a pretty common one. Because, what happened previously was that they didn't work with a consultant that really coached them how to be successful with having a party. Because remember, when you give part-time results to your business, you're going to get part-time. Or when you give part-time results, you're going to get part-time results. It just means when you put a little bit of work into your business, you're going to get back a little bit of rewards. When you put a lot of effort into your business, you're going to get back a lot of rewards. Okay? So same thing applies with host coaching. When you put extra effort into host coaching and into actually training your host how to have a good party, then you're going to get back the results that you're looking for. Our job, believe it or not, this is a job, okay? So we have to treat it like a job. I think with direct sales, me and my husband were just talking about this the other day. We don't have anybody holding us accountable, okay? So it's kind of hard to kind of start yourself every day and keep yourself motivated every day, and to just keep going. Are you guys froze? Are you guys good?
You were froze for like 15 or 20 seconds.
I bet that was scary.
No, not really. I calmed everybody down.
We decided to stick around.
I know.
Judy,
You could
what are
have
you
ran
eating?
away and said technical error.
And we have
Where
cuteness right here too to keep us.
Where was I at when I froze?
Host coaching.
Okay. What part of it? Like,
I think, well, it was after the part-time, if you put
Like
a little
result-
bit of work.
Part-time service, you'll get a part-time party or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah. So just basically what I'm trying to explain to you is that, when you put the extra effort into host coaching and actually teaching your host how to have a good party, then that's the kind of results you're going to be getting. Because believe it or not, like I was saying, my husband and me, we talked about this the other day, that indirect sales, part of the issue why people kind of struggle to be successful is that you don't have anybody that is following up with you like a normal boss, okay? So you go to your 9-to-5 job, you have somebody that's going to be in your ear later on in the day at some point, following up on how successful your day was. Did you get everything you needed, to get done accomplished? Well, when you're doing a business like this, there's nobody that's holding you accountable unless you want somebody holding you accountable. But there's nobody there. There's nobody breathing down your neck saying, hey, did you make all those phone calls you were supposed to do today? Did you send those emails you were supposed to do today? Did you talk to Susie about her show that's coming up? There's nobody there that's guiding you or like really in your ear following up on your day-to-day work, except for you, okay? So when you treat your business like a business, then you're going to get business results. When you treat your business like a hobby, then you're going to get hobby results. How many of you guys got into this business to make $100? Nobody raised their hand? Nobody got into this business to make $100? What? I find that crazy. Okay, how many of you guys got into this business to make $300? Exactly. So nobody starts something like this thinking, you know what, I'm going to start Paper Chef and whatever happens, happens. Because you're investing part of your money into it, okay? Regardless of whether it's $99 or $159, you are investing something that could potentially feed your family, right? A lot of us have kids. So I'm taking $99 or I'm taking $159 out of my kids' mouths right now. So I want to be successful with it. Nobody wants to take that away from their family. Or, my gosh, that could pay like my cell phone bill or my car insurance. So you're expecting to get results from it. So that's where it's important that, day to day, you touch your business every day, okay? Whether it's some small part of your business or whether it's a big part of your business. The way that I've been successful in 5 years is that every day there's not a day goes by that I don't touch my business in some form or fashion, okay? Whether that's talking to my hosts, whether that's talking to you guys, whether that's making host packets, and believe it or not, there's days I want to take a day off. Lord knows I could take a day off from time to time, but I'm still, if you don't see me like doing something on Facebook or hear from me or whatever, I'm still working on something. Ooh, what happened? Everybody still there?
I'm here.
Kathy, you started screen share? Are you messing with me?
I'm trying. No, I'm trying to listen to you and I can't hear you. I don't know how to use this thing.
There you go.
Kathy, don't push buttons. Don't push buttons.
She's trying to mess with me. It's okay. It's all good.
I'll put my hands like that.
You're fired. No, I'm joking. You're not even hired yet. So
I just wanted to show her the
Kathy hasn't. Kathy is not a consultant, but Kathy's just kind of checking us out tonight. I actually used to work with her at that W place, a long time ago. So we're.
She was my boss.
I used to be her boss. I did. Okay, so again, touch your business every day, whether it's a small part or a big part. It's important. Okay, whether that's listening to a recording on something, taking a course on our university where you can do all of the training at, whether it's having a one-on-one conversation with me. Do something for yourself every day. Make some post packets, finding vendor shows. There's a bazillion things that you can do. So anyway, but a lot of where I was going with this, see, there was like a full circle there somewhere. Oh my gosh. I need to go back to the Bahamas is what it is. I need to go back.
You just need another drink, darling.
Just take me back to the Bahamas. What I was getting at is that a lot of times when people do not have successful shows, they don't get the results that they're expecting to get. They're kind of scarred. Okay. So you know how when somebody like talks bad about you, you're like, oh, you're on my short list. Well, that's kind of where they put direct sales at or hosting parties at. It's kind of on that short list because they did not get the results that they were expecting. So why do it again? So that's where we come in to teach them how to have a good party and put the extra effort in, again, to make sure that they have a successful party. And they're going to be a lifelong customer after that. Once they have one good show with you, they're not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. Okay, so our last objection is I am new to the area. Ooh, I've heard that one too. Being new to the area is kind of hard because you don't have any, friends and family generally in the vicinity. It's also a really good way to make new friends, especially if you live in a neighborhood setting or a trailer park setting or townhouse setting or anything like that. It's a great way to meet people. So how you would overcome again is, I know how you feel. I have a friend that just moved to the area. But what I have found is that it's such a great way for someone to meet her neighbors. What do you think about getting to know your neighbor's party? So you guys see where the feel, felt, and found come in? When you start using those consistently, what it shows these people as you're talking to them is that you're actually listening to them. If let's say I was talking to Laura, I'm like, Laura, I would really love to have a party with you. And Laura was like, well, I really don't have any friends. And I just said, oh, okay. Then guess what you're really doing? You're confirming that Laura doesn't have any friends. Even though we know Laura has friends. So what you're doing when when they say my house is too small, what you're really saying is, yeah, your house is really small, because you're not trying to offer an objection to it or a way to kind of counterbalance what they feel. Because this is really how they feel, regardless of what we think, this is really how they feel. So acknowledging how they feel is important. So you use the same strategy, not only with bookings, but also in recruiting. Because a lot of the same objections happen in recruiting as what they do with, hosting shows. You're always going to hear, I don't have enough people that can book parties, that'll do parties for me. I don't have, a lot of people in the area that I know. All my friends are broke. You're going to hear all these things. So learning how to combat those no's to try to get a yes is what's going to make you successful in the long run. We always say, you have to go for no. If you, let's say you're in your mind asking one person a day to book a party with you, you would feel like, oh my gosh, I did it today. but every day you consistently heard no, what's going to happen to you? Eventually, you're like, whatever, I am not asking anybody else to have a party for me, because every day the last week I've been told no, right? So you just stop. It's like, what am I doing wrong? I can't get a party booked. But what I've taught you guys in the last couple months is what? You have to ask how many times? I can't hear you, Laura.
Until you get a no, a definite no.
Right, exactly. There's a difference between no, not right now, and a no, never, okay? So you have to, first of all, you have to distinguish the difference. If they say no to you, you try to offer the objection and help them get through it, okay? And if there's still a no, then the next question is you have to ask them, is that, no, not right now, or can I check back later with you? Or is that a no, you're just really not interested? Because there's a difference between the two. The other thing you have to know is that you can't just ask one person. You actually have to ask 10 people on average to get one yes. So if for 10 days you've asked one person every day and they've told you no, eventually you're going to get to a yes. Eventually. But it's a lot easier and a lot more rewarding mentally for you if you ask 10 people in one day and finally get that yes. Because guess what happens? Your whole mental, it shifts, okay? You find this confidence in yourself and you're like, I can do this. I just booked a party. I can do this. So then you keep on the phone and guess what happens? You start getting more yeses than you start getting nos. But when you ask one person a day, and they're no, and then the next day it's a no, and then the next day it's a no, and then the next day it's a no. What's that do to your mind? Eventually, you believe that you can't do it. And really, it's not you. It's a numbers game. Everything is about numbers. You have to ask, the amount of people, the odds are not in your favor, okay? So you have to reverse the odds around. It's 10 to 1. The ratio is 10 to 1. So for every 10 people you ask, you're going to get one yes. So you have to switch that. Okay. So, what do you guys think I'm getting ready to tell you? Homework! Who wants homework? Whoop, 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 whoop. We all love homework, right? Look, Becky's like, ew, I don't like homework.
I can't ever get it done. I don't have time. Girl. But listen,
I challenge you, Becky.
I don't have time. My house is too small. I have no money. And I don't care how you felt, or found. I can't do it.
Whatever.
I'm on summer break. I don't do homework during summer.
I challenge you, Becky.
Oh, Jody. You need to drive to my house and bring my stuff back. I'm just looking for
Becky, ready for this? Now, Becky,
what?
I hear how you feel, but what I found is that when you do your homework, you're a lot more successful. Okay,
I have something in my pocket for you.
I'm sure you do. We're a very loving team, if you guys can't see that already. We do love each other very much.
Oh my gosh, Doug just came in and said that.
Okay, so here's what the rules are with my homework. You guys already know this, but I'm going to go over it again. So the rules are that you have to submit homework before next Tuesday, before our next call. So you have a week to get it done. You don't have to do the homework if you don't want to. But if you don't do your homework, then guess what happens? You don't get entered into our prize drawing, right, Becky?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, Jody, have you won free products from me?
I sure have.
That's right. We all like free stuff. Free stuff.
Oh, sure do.
Hey, Brittany, did you win something for free? She's froze. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so this is what you guys are going to do. Or hopefully do, Becky C. So your homework is to book 2 new July shows. Don't you shake your head no at me before I've even finished. Don't shake your head no. Book 2 new July shows and send me their names. And then there's also going to be an audio file for you to listen to for making out and about contacts. Once you listen to the file, it's about a 45-minute workshop. You're going to send me your takeaways, your top 3 takeaways from that. So that's homework this week. It's pretty simple.
Okay, you said it's an audio file that you'll post on the team page.
I sure will. Yep.
And it's 45 minutes.
Yep. Yep, it's right around 45 minutes.
Listen to it on your way home.
Exactly. You can do that.
What was the first part of the homework? It kicked me off.
Book 2 new July shows. And that can be anything. It can be a catalog show. It can be a virtual show. It can be a host your own show. It can be a cooking show. You guys all know which kind of shows I prefer though, right? Cooking shows, because why? Cooking shows lead to more bookings for your business, right? So yeah, I will post.
I'm gonna buy rice and get a sock and do what you did.
What? All I heard was sock and I got lost. Anyway. So
I was talking to Ryan, sorry.
Okay. I got kind of scared. I thought you were talking to Jimmy, but that's okay.
I thought so too, and I didn't know what we were putting a sock in or on or, you know.
Okay, so I will post the notes that I covered tonight along with the homework on our team page, okay? And then I will also be posting the video probably by morning because sometimes it takes a little bit longer for me to upload it. So you can look for that probably in the morning if you want to watch back any of this or, you know, kind of watch back to take notes or anything. So, all right, anybody have any questions for me? Before I fly back to the Bahamas, I wish. All right, Becky, any questions? No?
Yeah, where am I going to find 2 people to host shows?
You're going to listen to the out and about training first, right? And then you're going to go for it. How you can do. Laura, any questions?
Nope.
No? Okay. Kathy, any questions? I think she's froze.
Nope.
496.
I'm going to learn how to do all this, though.
6
Girlfriend, you need to join my team. Come on. Come on now. Trying to make some money. Michelle, any questions?
No, I just need to get my first party booked anyway. So
I know. We're
Yeah,
going to work
I
on
know,
that
me too.
tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Other thing I wanted to remind you guys about was I did post the Shippensburg Fair schedule on our team page with all of the available slots that I have. So if you want in on that, please make sure that you jump all over that. And what I'm doing this year is it's just me and my team. That's it. So the nights that you're there with me, my job is to basically help teach you about vendor shows and help you get connections.
Yeah, Brittany.
I'm not taking any of the leads. Any leads you have that night are going to be yours. Okay? I'm not taking any leads. So it's all about helping my team get moving because we're heading the right direction. We've got momentum on our side. So, alrighty. Well, I guess we're done for the night since nobody has any questions. And Miss Kathy, if you're ready to start, you let me know.
He read it, so we know he sees it. He doesn't have to record it. Yeah, okay.
All right,
I
girls.
will. You'll be the first one to know.
Thanks. I hope so. All right, girls. Well, if you guys need any time with me, let me know. I have actually no shows the rest of the week, believe it or not. I had like a vacation from my vacation. So just let me know if there's anything I can do for you guys. Other than that, I will see your beautiful faces next Tuesday.
all right.